Hey, hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again, here in the renovated Duct Tape Studios, bringing you the latest episode of The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, which I happen to be the Grand Poobah. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of The Gaming Gang. So if this is your first time visiting, welcome aboard. Kick back, relax. This is just hanging out, talking tabletop gaming. This is not rocket surgery by any stretch of the imagination. So very, very casual around here. Of course, if you are somebody who's tuned in before, hanging out with me once again, welcome back. Much appreciated. Luckily, I haven't chased you off yet. So tonight is Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. This is episode 578 of The Daily Dope. Also, do want to mention, if you happen to like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ding that bell, because it will not only let you know when I stream, the live stream, Monday through Thursday nights right here on YouTube. It'll also let you know when I upload other videos, such as today's unboxing and first look at Dune Imperium, which is from Legendary Pictures and Dire Wolf Digital. So reviews coming up for this too. I thought I was going to be able to get a review video in faster than I have been. So in the video, I talk about how we're gonna be playing this tonight, and we did actually play it that night that I did the unboxing. I just didn't play it enough to do a review yet, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I've got other goodies cooking on the horizon, so stay tuned. I will talk about that after I finish up with the news, but also do want to mention that when you are not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. And of course, because this is a live stream, that also means chat is available on YouTube. It's not on screen. One of the ways that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay, but I do my best to pay attention to chat, even though sometimes it zips by fairly quickly. So if you want to say howdy, or maybe you got a question, comment, by all means, chime in, and I will do my best to respond. So far, Flaming Huron was first out the gate, saying hello, followed up by the Madman. Good to have you hanging out, gents. Nigel Douglas is saying howdy to us as well. I believe this might be Nigel's first visit in chat for the Daily Dope, which I talked about yesterday. The name is changing. Next Monday, the show is going to be called The Gaming Gang Dispatch, or we'll just call it The Dispatch for short. Nothing's really going to change. Still going to be me, the talentless hack I am, spouting off, pontificating here on camera. Just changing up the title of it. We're not changing the numbering either. So that is actually going to be episode 580. So I'm going to say it's 580 of The Dispatch, even though it won't be. So, like I said last night, I'm not Marvel Comics. I'm not going to renumber things constantly. Hey, look, it's another first episode. Diggies. My good buddy from high school, Scott Weagles, popped in. Good to see you, Scott. Hope everybody's having a good evening so far. Got a little chillier today. We got a wee bit of snow in the Chicagoland area. It's stuck on the grass for a while. It's gone now because it's been raining out. But I guess there's discussion that we might see heavier snow like Sunday and Monday. I am not a winter fan. I am not a winter fan at all. It's one of the reasons why I lived out in Arizona for so long. But then again, I am not 120 degrees and 40% humidity either. So Scott says it'll be the first episode of the second edition. There we go. That's right. It's the Gaming Gang second edition here. Yes. All right. So I've got a good amount of news today. So let's jump on in because following a successful Kickstarter, Kids Table Board Gaming has a family-friendly paleontology game. It's arriving next month. I've got the dope on Fossilis. An incredible new dinosaur graveyard has been discovered, and if the early findings are any indication, it could be a treasure trove of fossils and bones like the world has never seen. In Fossilis, 2 to 5 players become paleontologists working the dig site with shovels, whisk brooms, and chisels, looking for a find that could make their career. Each round, players get 2 actions to dig at the site or make an extraction. As they remove the top layers of sand, clay, and stone, they'll discover trace fossils, which can be exchanged for tools, the plaster necessary to extract bones, and discovery points. As they delve deeper, precious bones will be exposed. They can make a careful extraction if they have the right amount of plaster, but sometimes shifting the earth to cover up a find and slow down the competition is the right move. Bones on their own can be valuable, but museums are really interested in more complete specimens. Sets of bones can be exchanged for museum cards worth big points. Fossilis features a unique 3D dig site board with recessed pockets filled with dinosaur bones and thick, chunky terrain tiles that cover the dig site. Players have to use strategy, timing, and a little bit of luck if they want to make the best discoveries, get their name in all the paleontology journals, and of course, win the game. I'm going to share the Kickstarter video for this, even though the Kickstarter is long over, just to give you a better look at this, because the images I'm sharing probably aren't doing this game justice. So let's kick back and give it a watch.
They once ruled the earth. Then, in an instant, everything changed. They've laid in wait for millions of years. But today, we're going to find them. In Fossilis, you are one of the world's leading paleontologists, searching a dig site which hides the discovery of a lifetime. Spend energy on your turn to move around the amazing 3D plateau, gain plaster for extractions, dig through the different terrain types in search for ancient fossils, extract the bones you find, and use them to help the museum complete a spectacular variety of dinosaur specimens. Dinosaurs have different characteristics, such as carnivorous, bipedal, and Triassic era. Focus your efforts to get the blend of dinosaurs that will build the most impressive collection. Return lost tools to their owners to learn special skills. Swap fossil fragments for a variety of specialized gear that will give you an edge on your competition. You're not the only paleontologist digging deep, and you'll need all the help you can get to be the one that unearths a scientific treasure trove of prehistorical proportions.
Fossilis is for 1 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, plays in around 45 to 60 minutes. It is going to carry an MSRP of $45 when it arrives in stores on December 16th. kind of interesting. This does look kind of interesting, and I have to ask, when that video started and they showed how you extract the bone or bones, whatever, out of the little pockets, what kid's board game jumped immediately to mind? Because I know what jumped into my head as soon as I saw that. I'll see if anybody chimes in chat with that. So this could be kind of fun. I got to be honest, when I first saw the kind of the layout of it, I thought, I don't know. Is there anything like this image right here? I was kind of like, eh. But then when I saw all the dinosaur cards and the tool cards, and I guess there's event cards, this looks like this might actually have some meat on its bones. Yes, Nigel chimes in with the exact board game that popped into my head, Operation. It's like, up, that species just went extinct. Oh, well, sorry. Sorry. So something for the family, keep your eyes out on. Coming soon from Hobby World and Ultra Pro Entertainment is Deranged. And I've got the dope. Deranged is a gothic, semi-cooperative adventure survival game in which you fight rivals, horrific monsters, and your own inner demons. In more detail, you must survive in a city for 3 days and nights, leaving the city uncursed as a human being in order to win. The game is scenario-driven, and you never know when a player, or which player, will turn into a monster, the deranged of the title. The only way to turn back into a human is to kill another player. There's no player elimination, but each death increases the level of doom, with the player receiving a curse on or with other bad stuff possibly happening to the group as a whole. You might have better odds of surviving Deranged if you form temporary alliances, but good luck keeping those in place when you might have to kill each other. Deranged includes deck building elements, and each player has her own hidden objective. The game board is modular, and the game includes miniatures to represent the players, both as humans and as members of the Deranged. As Deranged, players revert to their animal instincts. Will the players make it through the night? Will you help your fellow travelers to return to a state of sanity? You and your fellow travelers will decide the fate of this sleepy hamlet and who will survive. Deranged is for 3 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, plays in around 90 minutes to 3 hours. I guess that's with a full complement of 6 players. It's going to carry an MSRP of $60 when it arrives sometime next year. It's supposed to be early 2021. I don't have an exact date as far as the release. I think it's soon. Maybe. Don't know. All right. So this looks kind of cool. I do have to point out, Hobby World is a Russian company, and I had never played anything from Hobby World. And I mean, some of their stuff is released through various different, like, North American game companies as well. So you will see sometime this week, maybe over the weekend, you will see my review of Furnace, which is from Hobby World. This is actually coming to the U.S. by way of Arcane Wonders. But I was lucky enough to receive a copy of this from Hobby World. So this does not have an Arcane Wonders logo on it. And it's an engine building game. You might want to check it out. I'll give you a hint. We liked it. So there's that. So that'll be up maybe Friday, Saturday, sometime over the holiday weekend. Of course, holiday weekend for those of us here in the U.S. around the world, other places, like, it ain't no holiday. So Viper Dave has joined us in chat. Good to see you, Viper Dave. So up for GMT P500 pre-order is Tanto Monta, The Rise of Ferdinand and Isabella. Here's the dope. 1469. The Iberian Peninsula has been splintered into numerous caliphates and kingdoms over the last 700 years. Warfare, part of the desperate competition between Christian and Muslim faiths, often referred to as the Reconquista, has been the one constant. Now age 18, Isabella of Castile has already been offered in marriage alliances to both Portugal and France. Against the wishes of her brother, King Henry IV, she refuses both deals and instead elopes to marry her original boyfriend, Ferdinand II of Aragon. Within 5 years, her brother is dead and Isabella is named Queen of Castile. Became this fragile alliance between Castile and Aragon hoped to prosper, facing threats from all sides. Tanto Monto, the rise of Ferdinand and Isabella, covers the period from 1470 to 1516, the height of the Age of Discovery, and the years leading immediately into the period covered by Here I Stand, Wars of the Reformation, 1517 to 1555. It's kind of a prequel game. The game opens with Isabella's disputed ascension to the throne of Castile, a position contested by a Portuguese-backed faction supporting Joana la Beltriana. Beats me. Ferdinand's possessions are similarly threatened by Aragon's ongoing civil war against forces from the Principality of Catalonia, a faction often supported by France. How can these young Catholic monarchs possibly deal with both these crises while still pursuing their agendas to unite their two kingdoms into a single Spanish realm, subjugate the Canary Islands, and finish the reconquest of Grenada? Opposing the Spanish player are three more emerging powers. Portugal has been immersed in the exploration of West Africa under the guidance of Prince Henry the Navigator. Can they push further around the coast of Africa and establish direct trade with the spice merchants of India? Meanwhile, the French, initially led by Louis XI the Prudent, are trying to emerge out of the 100 Years' War against England and consolidate the power of the crown over the nobles of that land. Once ready to push south, the French nation will compete against Spain for lands from Navarre in the west to the city-states of Italy in the east. And the Muslim forces are still roadblocks to all these ambitions. The Nasrid Kingdom of Granada will fiercely defend against further incursions against their highland strongholds. The Kingdom of Fez in North Africa opposes the Portuguese attempts to deny their monopoly over the spice trade. And additional Muslim forces from the Ottoman Empire and the Berber Islands along the North African coast are sure to assist in the years to come. And thus, the stage is set for these four powers to compete on the battlefield, at the diplomatic tables, and across the oceans of the world. Can one of these powers unite their homeland and set the stage for a truly global empire? Tanto Monta is for 4 players, ages 14 and up, plays in 4 or more hours. There are over 620 orders already to date. You can jump aboard this P500 for $60. The expected MSRP is going to be about $95. Something to keep in mind. I gotta say, this time period, it's funny. I'm very familiar. Okay, maybe not with necessarily the exact history of this time period, but I am so used to playing Spain in Europa Universalis 4. It's like, yeah, Grenada, yeah. I'm used to taking them on. Kingdom of Fez, yep. We usually take them on too. We usually don't go head to head. We don't butt heads with Portugal too often. Usually we arrange some sort of a marriage, a royal marriage with them. So it's kind of funny. So if you are a fan of Here I Stand, the Wars of the Reformation from GMT Games, this is definitely one that you're going to want to jump on board for. This looks like this is probably going to be a packed box. So $60 is a very good deal for this P500, especially seeing that the MSRP is supposed to be about $95. Could be $100 at the end of the day with this. So very cool. Moving right along. So as I already mentioned, I did an unboxing video for Doom Imperium from Legendary Pictures and Direwolf Digital. So that was today's video. So Dune is hot. Everybody's excited about Dune. And Modiphius Entertainment has announced a pre-order date for the Dune Adventures in the Imperium role-playing game. Here's the dope. With the pre-order launching the second week of December 2020, the Dune Adventures in the Imperium role-playing game challenges you to take control of Arrakis and the power of the spice melange. Be the first to set foot on Arrakis. The Dune Adventures in the Imperium role-playing game takes you into a far future beyond anything you have imagined, where fear is the mind killer. So be sure to keep your wits about you. The Imperium is a place of deadly duels, feudal politics, and mysterious abilities. Noble houses constantly politic for power, influence, and vengeance in a universe where a blade can change the fortunes of millions. Build your house, carve your place in the universe, and fight for the Imperial throne. Take your characters on a journey through the worlds of the seminal Dune sci-fi book series from Frank Herbert, Brian Herbert, and Kevin J. Anderson, inhabiting, elite agents working for noble houses where mentats, swordmasters, spies, Bene Gesserit. Damn, I knew I was going to mess something up. Bene Gesserit, sisters, devious advisors, and even desert fremen join together to follow your banner. Whoever you choose to be, remember that those that control the spice control the universe. The spice must flow. Those who sign up for the Dune tabletop role-playing game pre-order, say that 5 times fast, will be able to claim a PDF preview of the core rulebook before the spring launch. So at least we know it comes out in spring. And the pre-order will be available through local retailers as well as the Modiphius web store. Bastien Lecouf Dahen, I know I'm not pronouncing that name correctly, artist involved with Cult, Magic the Gathering, illustrated the stunning art cover, and fans will also have the opportunity to show their allegiance to House Atreides, House Harkonnen, or the Imperial House Corino with 3 special collector's edition covers. To supplement these, you can expect a Game Master screen, journal, and dice set accessories with more releases for 2021 to be announced. Full details about this game are few and far between, to be very honest with you. As far as we know, it is supposed to be a 2D20 system, which is kind of Modiphius's house system, although all of their role-playing games do not necessarily use the 2D20 system. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think, in my personal opinion, I think the John Carter, Adventures on the Dying World of Barsoom is the official title of it. I think that utilizes the system best because it's not super crunchy, whereas Conan tends to be pretty heavy with that system, although Star Trek's not so bad. I think Star Trek I think it's a little crunchier than John Carter, but not as crunchy as Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of. So as more information becomes available about Dune Adventures in the Imperium, I will be bringing them your way. I have to admit, I'm kind of surprised at the title of this game because Modiphius Entertainment tends to have these like really long, right? Like John Carter, Adventures on the Dying World of Barsoom, Dying Planet of Barsoom, whatever. It's sort of like, huh? So I was kind of surprised that this was short. Dune, Adventures in the Imperium, done. Rolls right off the tongue. Dune RPG would probably roll off the tongue. All right, my final news piece. There is a new solo Call of Cthulhu adventure. It is available in PDF from Chaosium Inc. Here's the dope on Alone Against the Tide. This is a solitary adventure by the lakeshore. What has Professor Harris's research got to do with the strange green fog enveloping the town? Who are the menacing, dark-suited men that arrived on the ferry with your investigator? And why is a Buddhist monk visiting Esbury, a town more used to entertaining New England's wealthy elite? Take on the role of an investigator traveling to a remote lakeside town where strange things are happening. Decide your path through the story and the fate of the citizens of Esbury. Alone Against the Tide is a solo scenario. All you need is this book and your copy of the Call of Cthulhu starter set or Keeper rulebook, some dice and pencils, and you're ready to begin your horrific trip to the lakeside town in Massachusetts. Choose your own investigator, create your own, or bring one along for the ride. Perhaps your character from Alone Against the Flames can continue their solo adventure. Otherwise, you can play as the pre-generated investigator Dr. E. Woods, a professor of archaeology from Miskatonic University in Arkham. I believe they have a male and female pre-gen character. That's why it's Dr. E. Woods. Probably Edward and Elise, something like that. With several hundred passages, there are innumerable pathways through Alone Against the Tide. Play the scenario through multiple times to find all the endings and explore the choices you didn't make the first time. Solo Call of Cthulhu scenarios are perfect for playing with a friend or partner who's new to role-playing. Read the story aloud, make choices, roll dice, and explore the story together. Funny enough, the sell sheet information about this game at one point calls it Along Against the Tide. And it's Alone Against the Tide. It's like, you guys didn't even catch that. The 86-page Alone Against the Tide PDF is available right now over at DriveThruRPG for $6.99. Nice. Very cool. Nigel Douglas says that they're playing Alone Against the Dark solo on FGU. Cool. Very cool. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Call of Cthulhu. Love Call of Cthulhu. Been running it for decades. Been running it a long time. Gotta say, $6.99, pretty good deal. It's a pretty nice deal for the PDF. I think, I'm not positive, but I think Chaosium might actually have a deal where if you order the PDF from them, they'll deduct the price of the PDF if you get the actual physical book when it comes out. Have no idea when it's coming out. I got to admit, I wish a Grade A was here in chat because he's kind of our information guy. Because I could have swore, now that I think about it, I could have swore that Alone Against the Tide was a release from the Miskatonic repository, the community-driven Call of Cthulhu stuff. I think they call it the repository. So, yes, I'm So, anyway, good deal. Cool deal. I'm always excited when I see new Call of Cthulhu stuff. So there was that big new campaign, Children Against the Fear or something like that. I forget what that is. The new one. It's Michael O'Brien from Chaosium said to me that people are going to be talking about that new campaign in the same breath as Massive Nyarlathotep. So I don't know. I have no idea. So Doug Roberts has joined us. Says 9 people are watching, only 4 likes. That's sad, people. Real sad. Here's the weird thing. There are actually more than 9 people watching. Because when this video is over, it's going to show way more views than 9. And it's kind of funny because somebody had emailed me and they said, hey, have you ever noticed that you could have like 10 different people in chat who've all shown up in chat saying stuff. And then it says there's like 6 people watching live. It's like, huh? It's like, how does that work? What the hell's going on with that? Anyway, that's cool. That's fine. Some more regulars aren't here tonight. Hey, that's, hopefully they're gaming. Hopefully everybody's gaming. All right. So, as I had mentioned already, my unboxing video for Dune Imperium went up today, a little earlier today. Now, of course, yesterday, my unboxing for Caesar Rome versus Gaul went up after the show. So what I try not to do more than one video a day. And I know I've been told in the past, I upload too many videos and that hurts the views. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to tell these publishers, hey, sorry, you got to wait. You're going to have to wait for me to look at your game because I got to make sure I get enough views, all right? I don't want to mess with my views. Anyway, so that went up last night. Today's video is the Dune Imperium. Tomorrow, I don't know if it'll be before or after the show, you can expect to see my review of Black Sword Hack. So if you are looking into some minimalist OSR style fantasy role-playing with a bit of a Michael Moorcock Eternal Champion vibe, by all means, definitely check it out. Good stuff. Good stuff. So Scott Weagle says, still working. So I'm taking a guess, is Scott still working? Are you at work, Scott? I was going to say, I don't think so. Although it is early where Scott is. I won't reveal Scott's location because he's part of that witness protection thing, because Scott's real name isn't really even Scott. But I digress. Anyway, so got that. Then stay tuned. I'll have my unboxing video for Next War Vietnam from GMT. That's done. It's up. Just not public yet. As I mentioned, I've got the review of Furnace. That is shot. That is done. Also, a review of At the Mountains of Madness, the illustrated At the Mountains of Madness from Free League Publishing. So we've got that. So the Madman's chimed in and said, Jeff, you are right. Alone Against the Tide was available from the Miskatonic repository. I could have swore that name rung a bell. For a change, I'm lucky and I'm right. Because there's times where it's like, oh no, absolutely wrong. So I got a package today, a package that I have been eagerly anticipating, waiting for, that had been sitting in Chicago since the 13th of the month. And I thought, okay, well, I'm never seeing this. Because it's like, I'd look at the tracking number and it would say, oh, it's on its way to its next destination. Scott says he's working from home. And I was like, okay, so it's been 10 days. Now, this was the 11th day. I'm thinking, I'm never seeing this, but this did show up. So the Madman says, not as good as Grade A, I should say, but Google is my friend. Yeah, I think Google's everybody's friend, unless you work for Bing or Yahoo. Oh my gosh, I would hate to work for Yahoo. So the package from Ninth Level Games arrived. So I've got Business Wizards. These are way smaller than I was expecting. I was thinking like digest size. But this is like the size of the book that comes in your Cracker Jacks. It's like, wow. It's like really little. So Flaming Heron says, see, I told you. Postal systems are the same the world over. Well, it was funny. I thought it was lost because I have had a couple of packages. Same exact thing was going on. And one I never got. and one showed up months later. And I was like, the hell is this? I opened up like, oh my gosh, this is the thing that was lost. So we got Business Wizards. We've got the Excellence. So these use the polymorph system. And then I got the 4 books for mazes. Although, strangely enough, they didn't come in a box. It's supposed to be in a box set, which I thought, okay, well, that's kind of odd. Hey, if they want to save the box, that's fine. So we've got Sword. We have Sorcery. We have Maze. And then we got Monster. I think Maze is the book that's actually got like the detailed rules. So I am very curious about utilizing mazes as an OSR, as a very rules light OSR, and how you would maybe port over some of the old, like original D&D or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons modules over to it. And I think that's one of the things they talk about in this game is how to do that. So I'm very curious about this. So we've got more role-playing game reviews on the horizon. I've got a bunch of stuff cooking right now as far as reviews and unboxings and things like that. So that is pretty much it. Anything cooking in chat that we should address? Yeah, I have not seen anybody new suing Wizards of the Coast, so at least not yet. I don't know. All right. Anyway, so keep in mind, tomorrow is the last show for the week. It'll actually be the last episode of the Daily Dope. So as of Monday, it will be the Gaming Gang Dispatch. Doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as the Daily Dope, but still, and I'm sure I am going to mess up for the first few weeks referring to it as the Daily Dope. I know it. I'm going to have to take like a Post-it note or something and put it like right next to the camera lens saying, don't call it the Daily Dope. Flaming Heron says, end of an era. No, it's not. It's not the end of an era. It's going to be the same exact thing. Nothing's really going to change except the name of it. We'll see what happens. We'll see, see if we can pull in a few more viewers, because that way people won't think that, oh, it's about people smoking pot. Oh, it's a pot smoking show. I'm not watching that, Daily Dope. All right. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ding that bell, because it'll not only let you know when the Daily Dope / the Dispatch streams live Monday through Thursday nights right here on YouTube. It'll also let you know when I upload other videos, such as my upcoming review for Furnace, which the Russian title of this actually translates to Industry, which makes a lot more sense. Furnace just seems like an oddball name. I talk about that in the review. Anyway, so, and of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night / whatever time it is on Wednesday. I, of course, will see you tomorrow, and as I wrap up all of my videos during this never-ending pandemic. Once again, I hope everybody out there is being smart and staying safe. Oh, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, if you'd like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, by all means, click right here. And if you'd like to check out one of our recent live streams, click right up top And if you want to roll the dice and see what the algorithm for YouTube recommends, click right here. And of course, thank you once again for watching. And gang, please stay safe and wear a mask.